Yo, it's Three's Company, and we're back, guys. I'm Ro, this is Chill, and this is Dre, and welcome back. Shit, I said that right a minute ago, but we'll just run it back again. Welcome back. All right, so since the last time, everything's been good. We hope that you guys are liking these episodes. Make sure you're sharing, liking, subscribing, following, all of the above. Yes. But I guess how's your week been? What's it been, about a week since the last time we talked? How your week been?
Yeah. Man, well, my week has actually been excellent.
Right.
My birthday was Tuesday.
How old are you?
The big 7.
Woo! But you ain't know that.
Nope.
How you know they ain't know?
I didn't tell them.
All right, go ahead.
But no, it was good.
It was good. How was your birthday?
It was really nice.
Did we come over?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
All right.
Now you know I hung out. Everybody know I hung out with y'all asses. But
man, okay.
yeah, I had a real good day. I hung out with my best friends. Everybody that meant something to me, that was special to me. And it was cool. It was cool. The real turn up is this weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna be so drunk you throwing up.
I don't know about. I'm gonna get drunk.
We're not doing that.
I might not be able to
But you got
stand
your cup
up.
right now. We're not doing that. We're not doing soda.
But I'm going. I'm definitely
I'll
get
make
lit.
your drinks for you.
I think we should just have her drink some straight shit. I think she should be doing shots.
No, it don't need to be straight, but I'll
Here
make
you go.
sure that
I'll
it's
let you
not
make it. I'll let you
juicy
make it.
juice.
They just gonna keep drinking Tito's. Is that gonna be your new drink?
Nah, that's
She
just.
can change up if she wants to.
It ain't gonna be Crown though.
You don't need to drink what you drink all the time.
But I don't know. I'm trying to find my. I'm trying to find.
I hate Tito's. It tastes like rubbing alcohol.
But I can't do Hennessy. Like Hennessy is it's trash.
Hennessy is amazing.
It's trash to me.
You try Remy?
Oh, that's nasty too.
I don't know.
1738 ain't bad. And the
All of
VSOP
it.
really isn't bad either.
Now
It tastes
VSOP,
like
I like
wood barrels.
VSOP.
It tastes like who?
Wood barrels. Like
No,
you
that's
just
what
drinking
Jack
wood.
tastes like.
All of it tastes like that.
That shit tastes like rubber. When you
No.
smell it, it smells like rubbing alcohol.
Kinda.
I'll be like,
What does? Which one?
It
vodka.
does
You
not.
said.
You better not.
It do. And that's probably why I have to have it so sweet because to take that rubbing alcohol taste away. But then Crown is too sweet now. Like it's too.
It is sweet. Crown
It
is
being sweet.
You know
it
what I'm
being
saying?
sweet.
It has.
And the tequila. You said you like you call it Deadleon.
Well, it'll have to be
We was
1800.
toe up.
And I think the gold 1800 gold is probably better for me than the silver.
the Resprada.
Yeah. But yeah. So my week was
Good.
so far has been the bomb. I got my license together because my license expired this year, so I went to the BMV, got that shit taken care of and out the way. And
Look at you being a good citizen.
and an adult.
Yeah. Adulting is a son.
Because I be like, when do I have
man, I was gonna put it off because they was like, well, they give you 3 months. They extended it, so I was like, I was gonna wait it out and be like, I'll just wait. But then I know me like, no, let me get this shit out the way because I be done forgot, and then I be in trouble. Like, so I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and get it out the way. For real, I know me.
It looks like,
Cause y'all know.
we do.
Y'all know.
Okay,
So,
well, and make
yeah.
sure y'all give Dre a birthday shout out when y'all watch this. Say, happy birthday, Dre. Ray Dre, Green Eyes, Big Booty, any of those.
Oh my god. Asshole.
I was not ready.
Chill, how was your week? Chill, how was your week?
My week was pretty regular.
Good.
You know, work.
Mm-hmm.
Rode a little bit on the motorcycle.
You got your bike out?
My bike
Yes. Tell them what kind of bike you got.
Oh, it's a SV 650 Suzuki.
Crotch rocket, right?
Yeah, something like it. Something like that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've been doing nothing. Just
You got the
working.
bike fever? It just the days
Yeah, I'm
just
ready.
ain't
I want to ride
ready to-
tomorrow. Like
I can't wait till Saturday. I want to do that.
Yeah,
Rough
that's
Rider
gonna
ride
be
on
a good
Saturday.
day.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 87.
Yeah,
You're not supposed to rain a little bit tomorrow though.
Oh well, we'll look it up. 'Cause,
I think I'm gonna go ahead and get my little water pack together because I can put ice in it. The one I got upstairs and it fits like a backpack,
Oh.
and then it just melts and it has a little thing I can just suck.
Oh, look at you.
Just
I
suck
haven't
the
done
water.
that yet.
I'm gonna show you before you leave. It's out of there. Motherfucker's amazing. I
It
used it
does.
when I rode down to
Sound
like,
like it.
Atlanta and all that, so you don't gotta keep stopping. But when you put the ice in it, it's cold on your back outside of
Ooh,
staying
I
hydrated.
have to get me one of
It's
those.
really dope. I'm gonna show you.
That
It's
makes
amazing.
sense.
Damn.
Well, you talking about getting that bike out the garage you bought 2 years ago?
Oh no, man. It was a year ago.
Oh, it was only it.
Oh.
It was last year.
Last
on my,
summer.
I bought it for my birthday last year.
Damn it, was it?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
that's why I bought it for a birthday present to myself.
On the day she wrote it, I wrote it home.
Yeah. Cause I gotta get air in that tire
You do
and
need
I gotta
air.
take care of that gas.
I want you
I
to
got
put the
something
air
that
in
we
the
can bring
tire.
to the house. And,
I want you to put the air in the tire so I can ride it and see if it still has that wobbly feeling. Because if so, something like your alignment's off or something. Because it felt like linked. I don't know how to explain it. It just wasn't. It wasn't a smooth ride. It would have fucked you up probably. But it was.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll get it taken
somebody
care
got
of.
Tested.
Yeah.
But you got that tire place right around the corner from the house,
Yeah.
so we could really ride it there.
I got 3 tire places right by
have
me.
put some air, but you might need a new tire. That might be what the
I can bring the
problem
thing
is.
to the
Okay.
house. You can plug it in and
Mm-hmm. One of them
tires.
automatic air things.
yeah.
Oh,
Those
okay.
air pumps. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We'll get me together.
Yes. Yes.
Y'all pretty soon y'all gonna see Three's Company on them twos. Out there on the
I'm
road.
already riding, yeah. It'll be fun though. If y'all ride, y'all let us know. We love to ride a good motorcycle.
We love to ride a
We
good
love to ride a
motorcycle.
good motorcycle. Man, it don't matter what it is. I'm on it.
I can't say that I'm too short.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
me
wish.
too.
Like that's the only reason
That's
why
what- I think that's why
I was
I'm-
taller.
That's
So
why I'm
why-
hesitant
That
about
is
my bike.
the only reason why.
'Cause
But
I
your
feel
bike
like
was low.
It is low in my feet, but my feet are not flat. They're
Oh,
like they're kind of there, but
okay.
they're not there.
Oh shit! I thought your feet
And
was flat.
so it's like, and it maybe I don't know.
You might be good at lower though. A little bit.
You
You
think
can
so?
definitely get them lowered. Yeah. Anybody can get lowered.
Yeah.
I just feel like
Maybe
it can't get
just
no
a little-
lower.
It can.
It can.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
We can take a look at it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna jump right on into the topic. So, guys, it's Pride Month. It's June, so it's Pride Month. So we decided to discuss our coming out stories. Yeah. So Chill's not really gay, but Chill's definitely has a coming out story with, I guess, her first girlfriend. Me and Dre's are probably a little different because we came out in like different times than
Yeah,
what you
probably,
guys
yeah.
have the. I want to say privilege. It's a little different now. A lot more parents are a lot more accepting. A lot more people are a lot more accepting. My son be coming home from school talking about this girl bisexual, and I'm like, was the bitch 12? Like, not saying I didn't come out around that time. I've been gay probably my whole life, but I wasn't just out of school like, let me tell you. I was still faking the boyfriends and shit at that time. Only person that knew I had a girlfriend was my girlfriend. So it was just, the kids these days. I feel they have their privilege. It's a privilege to be able to. We're still fighting for a lot. Like, don't get me wrong about that. Gay, LGBTQ. I think it's a couple more letters on there, but you guys get it. We're still fighting for a lot. But the great thing about it is that it's a lot more talk about it than when it was when me and Dre were younger.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, when I was younger, it was still kind of considered taboo.
Yeah, taboo.
You know what I mean?
It
Like,
definitely
oh
still
my
a sin.
God,
It was like a real sin then.
Yeah,
A real
A real
Yeah,
sin.
a
Because Dre
real
got
sin.
about 10 years on me. So by the time I came out, Dre was already like 23. Because I think I came out when I was about 30. I guess I'll go first so I can get mine out the way. It wasn't the best, so I guess we'll just talk about it and then they can move on. I told them I wasn't going to talk about a lot about it. My coming out story.
It was emotional.
It wasn't emotional. It was just, I was one of those kids that I was just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to do what I want to do. And either you're going to go with my flow or I don't care. Mm-hmm. I was like that. When I think the first person who found out, my mother said she's always known I was gay. She was like, I've always known you. She was like, I actually prayed that you would be gay. She was like, I figure if I had 2 kids, I'd rather my daughter be gay than my son. So I always prayed that my daughter would be gay, but that my son would not be gay. So my mom said, when I finally told her, she said she already knew. But I think what prompted me to tell my mother is because my father found out. So my dad's girlfriend, well, wife, she was his wife at the time. I don't know. She would hang out with me. She kind of. I feel like when I think about it, as an adult, I think she more or less played me. I guess to say, everybody already knew my dad really didn't like homosexuals. Like he just was like, nah, that he was just really against it. And she would say things to me like, "Oh, all girls, think about being with another girl, or it's okay if you are, blah blah blah
Kind of
blah."
made
Yeah,
you feel like
she
it was
made me
just a phase,
feel
or like
not
it
really
was
like it was safe to tell her.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
okay.
she was the one who actually told my dad. She like called us in the room and she's like, "Sean, I got something to tell you." And he's like, "Well, what's going on?" She was like, "Your daughter's gay." Almost like it was like, ha ha ha. Like your daughter's gay. And he was like, "Oh man, I'd have rather you told me you was pregnant." And again, at this time I'm 13, so I was like, "Damn, you'd rather me be pregnant at 13 than gay at 13."
Wow.
He got up, he left out the house. He didn't come back for a while. He was like probably really sad. So once he left, I literally got up. I went in the other room. I called my mom. I said, "Mom, I'm gay." She was like, "Girl, I already knew you was gay." I was like, "Oh, okay." My dad's mad. Me and my mom started laughing because it's always funny that he gets mad about shit, but we don't. That's who he is. So we like laughed about it, and I say maybe a month or so later, he put me out of his house. He said his wife didn't feel comfortable with me living there,
Wow.
and that they wanted me to, he wanted me to go. I was like, it's fine. I didn't like being there anyway. His wife was trash anyway. She was trash, and
She never
didn't-
acted like flirty with you or anything.
no,
sometimes
not
people
really.
try
But
to-
she was really like a fucked up person. Like living with my dad during that time was almost like a Cinderella story. My dad, he was definitely a street type of dude, so he was really never home. I was there with her, and she would have me do stuff like her kids' laundry, iron her kids' clothes. Like my dad would be home, and he's like, "Oh, you can go in the refrigerator. Why you asking for stuff?" But then as soon as he would leave, she like, "Don't go in my refrigerator. You ask before you get something out of my house." I was like like my bedroom was like the walk-in closet. Like it was really shitty over there. So I really didn't give a fuck about leaving. But then once my dad's girlfriend went to jail, she got a girlfriend anyway. Haha, bitch, you're gay. So I think it was more or less her wanting to be mad at me because I'm gonna be who I am. But she ended up going to jail. She got her a girlfriend. My dad ended up divorcing her. And then a couple people in my family did end up telling me, they apologized. They didn't believe me because I was like, ain't nobody, because she was trying to act like I was coming on to her. I was like, bitch, you ugly. She had gold ass teeth. The bitch was trash. Bitch, nobody wants you. I really hope she sees it. Shit. No, bitch, nobody would never. Like I really, it was just. So that was really my coming out story. My grandmother was like, "Oh, you just need to go see a counselor." During that time, if you were gay, you probably had some mental health issues. So my grandmother did tell me to see a counselor. The counselor told her nothing was wrong with me. So the counselor, she was tripping. So coming out when I was younger, it was real. So the people I've known that come out since then, I'll try to be very, very supportive because there's nothing like a support system when you're going through something like that of people who just genuinely is like, it's okay to be you.
Right.
So the ones who I've known that came out after me, like as I got an adult, like, my little cousin, it's been it's numerous people who's like, "Oh yeah, I think I really like girls." And my first thing to anybody who talks about being gay, I feel like if you're not really gay, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some people like use it as a phase. My thing is, if you like guys, just go ahead and be with guys. Like, it's okay. You don't have to be, you don't have to be gay. You could be bisexual, but you don't claim that you're gay when you're really not. And so I try to tell, like, when my cousin really told me, I was like, cousin, just keep you a boyfriend. I'm like, these girls are really no better. Like, I think people get it misunderstood. Like, I'm literally gay because I'm gay. I just don't want to. I don't find men sexually attractive. Not that I want to sleep with them. I'm not gonna say I haven't seen attractive men, but it's not like, ooh, girl, look at him. That's no, it's not that. It's just not my So, for me, that was definitely, But again, I'm gonna do it. I was one of those kids like, oh, I'm gonna do what I want to do anyway. So even though a lot of people were mad at me and they just couldn't believe it, and I was on my way to hell with gasoline draws on, I was like, I got the match because I'm gonna be gay. If that's where I'm going, I understand. But unless the Lord himself come and touch my skin to flip what I got going on, this is where I'm gonna be at. So, so that was my coming out story. That's it. That's what happened.
That was
That's
that
it.
was interesting because I never knew.
That's a lot.
I never knew your specific coming out story. Like I didn't know.
That's what happened.
That's
I was
a lot.
13. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I knew your mom. I knew the situation with your mom.
Yeah, my mom's always
she was
very
like, I wa-
supportive.
yeah, she's always-
my
she's
mom
like,
was
I
like,
knew-
girl,
I
when
been
you
there.
came out, when I was pregnant with you, I was like, so you just out here praying for my downfall? Huh? Just Lord, let it like, girl.
Yeah. So that was
Yeah. Yep. That's
interesting to know.
definitely my coming out story. So, Dre, I guess we'll go to you next because Chill has a coming out story, but I think this is like more or
definitely
less
different.
like, yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
okay. So
Because you came out as a teenager also, or were you in like your college?
I think I was out of. Well, no, actually, I don't know. I guess it was like two separate moments because. No, I was a teenager.
Okay.
Well, I was in my. Yeah, I was a teenager. I think I was like. I take that back. I was in my 20s. What happened was okay. So when I explain this story, you'll see.
Okay.
So it was like short and sweet, but
I'm the only one that got put out there.
whatever happened. Well, no, like it was it was definitely a process. It was a process, but
Yes.
it like happened like gradually at different times because when shit happens, your mom asks you and you be like, what? But
yeah.
but initially, like when she found out, like I don't know, like everybody knows me and mommy's relationship, me being an adult, but when I was a teenager and growing up, me and my mother
Dre's her
didn't
mom's
really-
only child. Too.
Yeah, I'm my only child, and me and my mom we didn't see eye to eye, and probably because of me being gay or not, what I'm saying, not being able to be myself, and then just situations with my dad and my mom and that whole situation. So it just wasn't really, we weren't in a good place. So I knew how she felt about homosexuality, and I know that she's always made it very clear and was very vocal about how she didn't want it around her, blah, 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 blah. So I'm just like, well, shit, I'm just going to run the streets. So I was basically like, I graduated from high school, went to college. That didn't work out. I ended up dropping out of college. And then that's when, around the time when I was kind of like, okay, this is the life, like this is me, this is who I am. And I knew that she didn't want it around her. So I was just kind of, and I was going to be gay and I was going to hang with my gay friends. So out of respect for her, I didn't want to bring her to her house. So I just didn't go home. That's how I rationalized the whole situation. So I was out running the streets or whatever. But in the meantime, in between time, I guess my mom was like going through my stuff and she had found a letter. And in the letter, there was some incriminating things that specified that I was gay. So, because it was a letter from another female. So I remember her asking me, she never told me about the letter, but I remember her like randomly asking me if I was. And I was like, no, Mom, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I denied it. Went on with my life. Went on doing what I was doing. And then I think like in my mid-20s, late 20s, I think she asked me again. And I remember telling myself like, this is she know. You know what I'm saying? This is your moment. You might as well come clean. You might as well just let it out. She already know for real. Like, I done had a girlfriend. Like, I think I was dating Samira at the time. She know we a couple. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was obvious. So I'm just like, so she had asked me again, and I finally was just like, okay, yeah. And she broke down crying.
Yeah, they always cry.
Yeah, I know, because it's just like, it's so heartbreaking for them.
I was like, what?
Because my mom, I remember she told me, she said she thought that I was going to be the type, she always thought I was going to be the debutante type of daughter, like, where she always wanted me to dress me up and like do debutante balls and all that stuff. And I was just looking at her like,
yeah, if I can be the
when,
lead.
where, how? Yeah, because like ever since I was a kid, like you always had to get dirt off me. You always had to get me, come and call me in from playing football with the boys. Like, how did you ever think that I was gonna be a debutante? You know what I'm saying? So she just broke it down to me, the rules. She was like, well, because we was both crying or whatever, and I was like, I felt like,
I know you would,
because I was scared to tell her, because I felt like she would be. The reason why, because at the time I was going to this like outreach group through Stonewall, and I had friends at that time, well, not friends, but people that had came to the group that were gay, and they were outed. And back then, when I was growing up, outing other people was like a big no-no. And other kids in my group, like, they would be coming to group, and then one day they'd be gone, and somebody be like, oh yeah, they took their own life because somebody outed them, and their parents found out, and they disowned them or kicked them out the house, or you know what I'm saying? And like, these kids were like, so I was like, oh my God, like, if I tell my mom, and she gonna kick me out, and she gonna disown me, blah blah blah. So I had told her, like, I thought that she would be like, because I know how you feel about it. Like, she was a very religious person, you know what I'm saying? And so I knew how she felt about it. So I'm like, oh, like, that's just it. Like, she's gonna cut me off. So when I told her, she was like, no, I would never do that. She was like, you're my only child. You're my baby. She was like, no, I don't agree with it. She was like, I don't want it around me. It won't be in my house. Like, you still have to respect me. Like, if you going to stay here, because I think I was living with her at the time. She was like, this is how it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? But, that's how it was. So it was just like a big weight off my shoulders. I'm like, oh, okay. So once I had told her, and she knew, fuck everybody else. I was like, if my mama love me, and she, you know what I'm saying, she respect me, you know what I'm saying, then I don't give a fuck what nobody else say. And then I was just like, ooh, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like, And then, as time went on and as time progressed, we got closer. And
it smooths out.
She, I'm saying, she got a little bit more freer with it. And, I've always respected her. You know what I'm saying? I did let her meet, like, the people that I was dating. If if they had a relationship, like, she's had relationships outside of me, you know what I'm saying, with some of my exes. But, you know what I'm saying? Well, even with my ex-girlfriends, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's had outside relationships outside of me. So, you know what I'm saying? I know that showed me that she loved me and that she cared. You know what I mean? She may not agree with it, but she's not going to, leave me by the wayside or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, so it wasn't really, because I've witnessed some real tragic stories. So I was just like, oh, no, I ain't never tell. Like, I'm just going to be me, but it ain't coming out my mouth. You know what I'm saying? But one day she asked me, and something just said, just go ahead and tell her. And I did, and, she said her piece, and
here you are today.
Yeah.
Gay ass Drake. All right. Chill. So chill. Tell us your coming out.
Chill.
My story is totally different from everybody else's, because I didn't really talk. Okay, so here it goes. I had my situation with my, with Ramsey. We had the conversation and things like that. So I pretty much told my mom pretty quickly about that.
And you were already married at the time?
No.
They talked about it before they got married.
Yeah, we talked about that before we got married. So I kind of talked to my mom about it, because I talked to her a lot anyway. And she was pretty cool about it. She was like, I kind of thought she was going to be gay anyway. Because I was always been a tomboy. Like, I'm a tomboy to the heart. Like, it's exactly what I am. I play sports.
I thought you was gay when I first joined the club.
Yeah, I know. You tell me.
I know. When I first met you, I thought you was gay, too.
I'm just a tomboy for real.
Has a boyfriend.
And I was like, what?
We were shocked.
I know you
Completely
was.
shocked.
I know you was.
And I was really shocked when I found out you messed with females. I was like,
oh, yeah, you know. Yes, I'm definitely bisexual about that. So my mom already knew, and she's known for a while. My friends were starting to know what my situation was and things like that. Even putting things on social media at this point. So maybe about a good 2-3 years ago, I'm in my 30s. I finally told my dad.
She's well in her 30s.
So I am well in my 30s.
Well,
I'm damn near 40.
We're almost in the 40s.
Jesus. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I was starting to feel guilty that my
Your mom
dad,
knew and your dad
everybody else was starting to know. My mom knew, so I was like, I gotta tell my dad. Like, I can't just keep holding a secret from him. So I definitely remember this day. So I was over at my parents' house, and my dad was working down the basement. They have like a laundry room, craft room where he'd be messing with his golf clubs and things like that. So he was down there working. And I walked down there. I don't know what made me do it this day. You know, I think it was maybe because I was in a relationship at that time where it was very public.
Mm-hmm.
And it was social media, like we putting stuff on social media and things like that. So people are starting to know. Yeah, people starting to know what's going on with my life. Basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't help it. You can't help
Just every
yourself.
time it comes up, I just.
So, yeah, I was in that relationship at that.
All right, go ahead. I mean, okay.
It's okay. It's all right. I understand how you feel. I understand. But yeah, something made me just go ahead and like, you know what, I got to tell him. So I pretty much told him about the situation me and Ramsey agreed on.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him that my second person will be a female. And he was pretty surprised. You know, he just gave me like the
You
shock
like his
look.
little girl. That's
Yeah, you know,
why.
I'm his baby. I'm his baby. So he gave me a little shock look. He was like, really? He was like, so how does that work? And so I kind of explained how me and Ramsey got the situation. And he was like, oh, okay. Well, as long as you and Ramsey good, because, you know, me and my parents are still married.
Right.
So they've been together longer than I've been alive.
Right.
So that really only cared about me and him still being able
Right.
to have a relationship.
Yeah, y'all keeping y'all's married.
Yeah,
Y'all
like
keeping
as
your
long
vows.
as we still married, it didn't matter
How your
what else we was
relationship
doing.
run. Yeah, how your marriage runs.
Yeah, so it was actually a lot smoother than I thought it was gonna be.
Nice.
Like,
Wow.
he's a calm person anyway, so
Yeah.
it ain't like he gonna go hard or nothing like that.
Like, what the fuck you talking about,
but
Jessica?
it was just no, he's not gonna do none of that. So it was pretty cool. Like, and by that time, I think I've already fucked with about 3 girls at that time. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I ain't been that many, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay.
That's what's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now you guys know our coming out story. So make sure you guys tell us yours. But this is what I do want to say. For anyone that is dealing with their own personal sexuality and you do not feel like it's okay to come out, the truth is it is. And I know that everybody's story is going to be very different. But what I do want to give you is a word of encouragement. It does get better. When it first happens, everything might happen. You might feel like you want to die. You might feel like your family's going to turn against you. You might feel like, Jesus fucking Christ, am I really going to tell the world this? But the truth is, until you're able to live in your truth, you will never be happy. And I promise you, things do smooth out. Me and my father were great now. Actually, we sit up and we talk about hoes together. So it might have started off like that, but now he be like, "What a what your little sugar thing at?" Like, he be flirting with him and shit. We laugh about it because life does get easier. Because people will respect your truth, whether they want to or not. Because you have to make them respect your truth. Now, some parents, like my grandmother, you know, like Drea said, is some people I'm gonna bring around, but I'm not sitting up holding hands, kissing in front of my grandmother. But she does know my life, and so does everyone else that's around me, and they will respect me because I respect them. So I know it's gonna be hard, and you might be contemplating, like Drea said, the suicide or the turning away or getting
Running away or
but
just
what you
leaving.
do is you find the people who support you because it's gonna happen. It's not worth you taking your own life. It will get better. I promise you, it will get better. And if you guys need a word of encouragement, just jump in our inbox. Really great, and we'll walk you through it. Cause we don't give a fuck about what nobody got to say about our gayism.
About our gayism.
Gayism, it's a whole religion.
We don't care what they say
We
about
don't
the
care
gay.
about the gay. So we will definitely, we'll start a support group if that's what you need, because we really do want you to be happy, and don't let nobody take that away from you.
For real.
So, as a matter of fact, that's our shot of the day too. Shit, want to take a shot? That was
Seriously,
good. That was
man.
good
There's
right
the
there.
pride.
Let's take it on that.
Yeah,
Pride Month.
Yes,
Pride Month.
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Yeah.
All that.
Black and gay.
Yes.
Whoop,
Proud. Both.
Both.
There you go.
All right, well,
Juicy juice.
Who's the meanest? Most likely to get into a fight. Most emotional. Most likely to do weird things in public. Most likely to get pregnant after a one-night stand. Who catches feelings quickest? Most likely to break someone's heart. Who's the funniest? Who's the alcoholic? Most likely to get cheated on? Most likely to catch an STD? Most likely to become a porn star?
so that's it, guys. We're happy you came out and listened to our coming out stories. We hope that you're having a great Pride Month. And don't get it twisted. Just like every month is Black History Month, every month is Pride Month, because I don't stop being gay after June. So enjoy it for real. But make sure you guys are checking us out on Instagram, on Facebook. Check out the 3 is Company page on Facebook. We have our personal page. Then we have our YouTube. We have our Apple Tunes. Anywhere you want to get us,
You can
you can get
We
us.
everywhere.
We on
everywhere.
TikTok. Tell them
Look
TikTok.
at that top.
Make sure y'all come and check us out. Subscribe, like,
3_
share.
IZ Company.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget to share your coming out stories.
Yes, we want to know. We want to know.
Definitely, please.
We want to know. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. We'll see you next time. Who's that?